This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. 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 This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM.
Say something, someone might judge me negatively, people will laugh at me, and it becomes, now that's an unresolved issue. For some even, it could even be, we see people smiling all the time. They carry painful wounds. Inside, they wish nobody knew what they went through. They are so ashamed of what has happened in their lives, and they don't even want to talk about it because they feel that, whatever I went through is so shameful. They have some guilt, and they don't want to move past that.
Yeah.
And that burden takes a toll on them, because what happens, since it's still there, yes, you're trying to control it, but it's still in your subconscious. It will come out one time or the other.
Yeah.
So there's need to actually resolve these unresolved experiences, especially the painful ones.
Okay.
Because even for some, we find that children who've grown up in the same household, maybe a parent was strict, and you find one child may take that positively. They're able to know that discipline is important. I need to put my life in a certain, to toe the line and be disciplined. But for another person, that strict parent traumatized them.
Yeah.
They feel that, even for their children, they don't want even their children to be, nobody should not shout at my child. Even for themselves, they don't want anybody to correct them. Even feedback becomes a problem. So it's important that these scars, in as much as, yes, they happened, it's important to know when they start affecting us.
Yeah.
For example, Bramwell, for you, now, those scars, we have scars. We fell down. For some of us, maybe it's surgery. For some of us, different things happened in our lives. And you find that when somebody touches that part, it's not painful.
Yeah.
Yeah? But when it's not fully healed, when someone touches it, it becomes very sensitive. You jump. So it's not what happened today. It's not the touch. That's the problem.
Okay.
It's that wound, because it was never healed.
And Joyce,
Yes.
you've brought it closer home. Just the other day, I bumped into a good friend of mine whom we studied with in primary. Okay? And we've spent so many years hatujaonana. So wakati tulionana, the guy had gained a lot of weight. All right? So unajua tu vijana vile tunachochana, jokes here and there. We have no formula on how to approach each other.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So I made a comment, said, hey, bwana, life is so good on your side. I can see you have gained a lot of weight. And he said, by the way, Bram, munakumbuka vile mlikuwa mnanichongoa primary 1 GB. So I decided, that I will never be 1 GB again. So I must treat myself well.
And I like that, especially. And I hope he did it for his own satisfaction, not to prove to you people.
Exactly.
Because, tunasema, maybe zingine it's beyond us.
Yeah.
But here kupana
Kupa-
tunaweza fanya maneno.
Tunaweza fanya maneno.
Yes, and we
Exactly.
can be who we choose to be.
Exactly.
And I like that approach.
Good.
Because we have the choice is actually on us.
On us.
Yes, we are capable of making that choice of what makes us happy, not necessarily to please other people, but to have for our inner peace.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're talking about that, Joyce. What does it really mean when something that happened yesterday continues to affect how we feel, think, or even behave today? What does it really mean?
You know, what happens, sometimes we think that they have to be dramatic things that happened.
Yeah.
They have to be, or tragic events. Of course, they have a part. They can play a part. But it's not all scars that are caused by those dramatic big things. Most of the time, these invisible scars, it's about how it affected us at that particular moment.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the magnitude, because sometimes people think if it's something I should have gotten over it, like that one for 1 GB, they should
Yes.
have gotten over it and just lived their life. Maybe they looked even amazing with their six-pack.
Yeah.
I don't kushinda kitambi.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's all about accepting that we are all very unique people, and these invisible scars live an some things. For example, like even someone said something.
Yeah.
And we carry that with a lot of weight. The person who said it has even forgotten they
Sure.
said that.
Yeah.
But in our hearts, we are still carrying it. My mom said this. Even maybe your mom corrected themselves somewhere along the way.
the line,
But
yeah.
you still hold on to that point. Oh, my mom told me I'm not good enough. For some, even they say, oh, I was told I'm not pretty enough. I'm short. You know, people
Yeah.
struggle with different things. You're not smart enough. So you want to prove to the world that, you're smart. And sometimes these things don't end up very well. Because sometimes our body, what it normally does, even the brain, is to protect us.
Yeah.
And this protection sometimes can be good, but at the same time, it can work against us.
That is
because now it's scanning for danger. We don't know, for example, you've been betrayed. And you're now getting into maybe a relationship and you're wondering, can I trust this person?
Yeah.
Will I go through the same? You see, now you're already getting in, but one leg inside, moja ndani, moja nje.
Nje, no.
And it becomes a big challenge because you keep maybe not enjoying a meaningful relationship,
Yeah.
but you're there almost just protecting yourself rather than allowing the process of just allowing yourself to just knowing the person fully without a lot of inhibitions and all that. So many things happen to us, and several experiences actually leave this imprint. Some of them, like we've said, childhood experiences, because that's where we learn to love, to trust, to belong, and acceptance. So when these environments don't offer the same, what happens is that we tend to become very different people. We, for some of us, even tunasema ati ni personalities.
Yeah.
And we become, we pick other characters that are not normal, quote unquote, because we want to, because we don't know any better. We didn't learn any better.
Yeah.
And that does not mean that we are blaming any parent. And I want to say this, and no parent is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm a parent of 3, and for sure I know as parents we try our best. But at the same time, as parents, it's important to know that these are formative years of our children. And in these formative years, they don't know any other way. So it plays a big part. So if I'm a parent with my scars or my wounds that are not especially healed, that are not resolved, most likely I'll pass them to my children.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when I'm angry at something they've done, it's not what they've done that is a big thing. I'm actually interpreting it from my other lens of what I went through and what I know. And many other things also shape these scars. We go through many experiences, including loss and grief, and for sure, those they change us in a big way, because it's not even just the death of a loved one. It could be even loss of a relationship. It could be infertility, loss of a job. I mean, loss is so wide. It even loss of a dream. Sometimes this grief leaves major emotional imprints that sometimes it takes support to recover. And many of us carry these griefs, the loss that we have, and it becomes now the scars that are not visible to many other people, because maybe people don't know about it. And it's not just a death. You have your own losses. You're thinking, I should be somewhere by now. I should have achieved this, yet I've not achieved. So what happens is that you end up carrying that scar of disappointment that you had an expectation of yourself.
Exactly.
And it can actually be a major one. Maybe the other thing that causes as well these scars is a betrayal. And even rejection. For some of us, maybe we've been excluded. For some of us, maybe we've experienced trust issues. And some of us, we've been told things that are still affecting us to date. And we keep asking ourselves, can I trust again? Am I good enough? You know, those questions, when you start asking yourself those questions, it means that event or that experience that you went through left a scar.
Wow.
That needs to be addressed. For some, it's bullying. I mean, we've heard of bullying, especially for those who went to boarding school. Especially in our era. I don't know if it still exists today. Unaambiwa tuma salamu na kiatu.
Imagine.
Yeah. Or other humiliations that we've gone through. Constant criticism. People never see the good you do. They only see what you didn't do. People are quick to correct you, instead of when you even do something, you do many things that are good, but people are just quick to just pick what you didn't do. Yeah. I know. I keep, for example, as a mother, sometimes I look at the many things I do in the house, and just one thing, Mom, where's my what? And I'm like,
out of all the things,
there's food on the table, you have clean clothes, you have all these things, but I don't know, you're sijui, because you wanted a new pencil pouch or, a water bottle that you lost yourself, and it becomes now what you didn't do. But I think it becomes a scar when it's there's a lot of repetition, and also how it gets you. Because your environment really matters. If it doesn't, at this time I'm in a good mood, I don't think some of the comments, I'll carry them with the same weight. If, for example, I've come from work, I'm stressed about the job itself, maybe my boss has put a lot of pressure, or I'm going through this, with organizations, even there's a lot of redundancy that's going on. Companies are downsizing, and you've been told, hey, there's a possibility that things are going to change, and you're there. Your child has come, they're asking you for those things. I don't have a pencil, I don't have CG, I've been told what, with CBC, their homework, you need to help them. You might react in a way that might affect even your own child in ways that you might not understand. And it's important that we recognize that our words have power. Our words are not just words. I mean, even the Bible tells us that, they have the power to make or break.
Exactly.
So it's important that we realize that, yes, that can affect us, including our own internal disappointments, unfulfilled expectations especially. I think we've seen many people who are walking with major scars, not because someone else caused them,
Yeah.
but because actually life itself, life happened. It could be that career that you thought you'd be by now somewhere else, a marriage that you thought would go in a certain direction, a business that is not working,
Yeah.
or it's struggling, or even an unanswered prayer that has yet to come. So we are here to say maybe let's give it time.
Yeah.
Everything, in as much as, yes, it leaves those imprints, but there's room for healing.
Wow. You know, Joyce, as you're saying, huwa naambia watu, Bramwell alizaliwa thrice.
Thrice.
Thrice. The natural one and two other ones.
Yes.
But the most recent one, nilizaliwa upya after the death of my mother.
Yes.
That is when nilizaliwa upya. The Bramwell you knew some years back,
Yes,
is different from this Bramwell you see here. That's what I tell people. Okay? Because I was shaped
yes,
by that. And I say it is for the good. Because, you know, going through life knowing that you have a plan B. And then all of a sudden, God removes plan B. Sasa ni wewe. And then unagundua kwamba, kumbe I'm not alone in this life.
Yes.
Kuna yeye pia. It is such a good thing. Okay? And I was just talking to one of my friends who's here, anaitwa Shamba wa Shamba, when he came to visit me at Amesea huko Kwea. And we were just unwinding and tunapiga story, sharing some challenges here and there. And I made a statement that he picked so seriously. I told him, you know, when you're doing life, one thing I've learned is that unaona hiyo nguo ya Mama Bikira Maria, ishikilie tu.
kabisa.
Ishikilie. Kumbe he took it very seriously, and he kept on wanting to know more. But that is how I have had to deal with such issues that shape you in a way that if you are not careful, you can actually go back miles away from where you are.
I want to agree, and I'm glad there was that rebirth.
Yes.
I know it was not easy.
It wasn't.
Yeah, and it takes a lot to just even sit back and reflect and see, wait a minute, I'm different. I need to adapt to a new normal.
Yeah.
And that new normal, of course, comes with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of adjustment and readjustment, sometimes even losing yourself.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
You will.
Yeah. But maybe I think I should ask, how is this rebirth for you?
It is beautiful. Okay? It is just beautiful knowing that there is a higher authority
Yes.
that is helping you navigate this life. I'm telling you confidently, it was not easy until I realized that there is more to life
Yes.
than what we see.
Very true. Very true. There's something about death and loss and the grief that we go through that changes everything, and even our perspective about meaning of life and what life now needs to be moving forward.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can imagine even you saying kushikilia Mama Maria. I'm telling you, I know she's a big intercessor, and I would encourage that we hold on to her, and even hold on to the hope, you know, that comes with prayer, that comes with the nourishment that we get from the scriptures. And it's one thing that should keep us going.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we try even to say, sasa ameenda, that was my plan B. Sasa you...
Itakuwaje? And you know, people are expecting that you will continue being the same.
Yes.
That is now the worst bit.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
That where we are, you are strong. That's what we tell people. Be strong. It shall be well. Hey, there are statements that you need to avoid in such moments.
Actually, yes. There are things that people say that are quite insensitive,
Yeah.
especially when you're going through grief, that for sure we need some sort of psychoeducation on that, because some of the things we tell people actually even put them into deeper grief.
Exactly.
Rather than helping them to heal or even to cope with that particular grief. Because when you tell someone you need to be strong.
Strong. How?
At a point when they are at their lowest, you know, it's a time. Even me, I normally encourage people, if you have nothing to say, you don't have to say anything.
Exactly.
Presence matters. Just be there.
Simple.
Yeah, we do not have to cause more damage than what is already there. And I think, yes, when such things happen, they affect us.
Yeah.
And when they affect who we are, we start questioning so many things. We start developing some voices, and we start wondering and even rerouting and redirecting ourselves so that we get a footing.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
It's not.
And it's important that in as much as it affects us, yeah, if I wish all of us could have the power. And we are told that human beings are the most resilient beings. Our ability to bounce back, our ability to be able to come back and, change and not be defined by those moments.
Exactly.
But it also takes, we know it's not easy for everyone. It could take maybe some support and even acknowledging that, first of all, that you're going through something that is not normal. Because once we're able to say we are not going through something that is not normal, we're able to name and see, wait a minute, this is something that I'm going through.
Yeah.
So once you know you're going through this, you're able now to seek, how can I get myself out of it, or how can I go about it so that it doesn't affect me further, but also help me now come out even more strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talking about affecting further joys, sometimes we may not even realize that our past is influencing us. How can experiences from our past quietly show up in the way we trust people, love, communicate, make decisions, or even see ourselves?
Yes. Our experiences shape us in many ways. And it makes us, look at life from a different lens. You know, when you talk about lens, for example, I'm wearing my specs.
Yeah.
It's because I'm short-sighted.
Hey.
But the lens I'm wearing, for example, if it was tinted, my shades,
Yeah.
Madigaga. When you're wearing those, your view becomes very different.
Yeah.
Not because the world has changed. It's because of these lenses that we are wearing. So these lenses that we are wearing are determined by those experiences that we went through. Those challenges or even not so good moments that shaped our beliefs, that shaped our worldview. So when I'm looking at life from my lens of being afraid to face the world because I don't want to be scarred again, it limits me.
Yeah.
And when I'm able to heal and face the world, I'm able to now look at life from a different lens. Maybe that's when we remove those tints, or we're able to just look at life with a clear view. And maybe coming back to your question of how it affects, even speak to ourselves. Are we encouraging ourselves? Are we pushing ourselves forward to succeed? Or are we just left to pity? It's called pity party. And just, struggle in that shame. And over time, those internal messages can be very exhausting at a personal level. But what it actually also does about relationship with others is that most of the time we are unable to have those meaningful relationships that we are meant to have with the people. Maybe sometimes we are reacting in ways that we didn't expect. It's something small. You've been asked something, but your response, it could even sometimes lack of response. You ask something, you keep quiet. Nobody knows. Are you angry? Are you, But it has taken you back to those experiences that you went through. So it's important to recognize that we need to be compassionate. We need to be kind to ourselves and even towards others, because we don't know what also the other person is experiencing. When we also see someone coil back because of whatever reason, it's important to ask ourselves, why have they reacted to that? Is it the question I asked, or is it something beyond that question? Because sometimes we're very insensitive. We only want the answer, and we forget that the other person is still human at the end of the day. And many times when someone reacts, especially in relationships, and relationships can be any, it could be at work, it could be marriage, it could be friendships. We've seen maybe a friend who's gone quiet for whatever reason. It's important to find out what they could be going through. Because some of the things we've met as grown-ups, maybe you're not childhood friends, so we don't know what they went through. And maybe some of these events, life events that keep changing, it affects them in different ways. So sometimes we might not react the way we expect the reactions would come out. But sometimes it's important when that reaction comes, it's important to ask, am I reacting to today's experience or the question or the activity that's happening? Or is it the past that is trying to show up today that maybe I need to address so that moving forward it does not keep happening? And maybe the other thing that I know is also deeply affected when it comes to relationships, it's our relationship with God. When you are going through difficult times, many a times we almost feel like we are by ourselves. We feel like, so, maisha, this is it. I would also maybe want to encourage the listener listening today that sometimes it's not that we are weak or that that God is different. God has not changed. It's still the same God. It's only that experience that we're experiencing maybe right now is the one that we feel that we need God right now. But sometimes God does not present himself like that. He does his things in his own ways. So allow ourselves to have some patience.
Wow, yes. I like that. Allow ourselves to have some patience. Joyce, allow me to take a very short commercial break. We're going to be back. And when we come back, I really want to know, why do we sometimes react more strongly than the situation seems to deserve? That you're going to respond once we are back. My dear listener, keep it Radio Mini, 88.3 FM.
Wow Mini FM. This is Radio Wow Mini, 88.3 FM. This is Radio Wow Mini, 88.3 FM. This is Radio Waumini 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 88.3 FM.
The way we live has evolved and banking has evolved right along with it. Think about it today. Our everyday lives run entirely through our phones. We communicate, we shop, we work, and we stay connected to our devices. Your financial life should be no exception, and that is why your bank is right here with you, integrated seamlessly into your daily life and officially open 24/7 in the palm of your hand. You can choose how to connect. Equity Bank has developed a digital banking solution tailored for everyone. Equitel and *247# or the mobile app or Equity Online for individuals or businesses. Enjoy complete peace of mind with scheduled payments. Equity, your listening caring partner.
Waumini FM, home of carefully selected music to suit the whole family.
Waumini Morning News.
We call upon all political actors to refrain from the mobilization of our people and using our youths as goons during their political engagements.
No individual, regardless of office or standing, is beyond the reach of the law. Hatuwezi tukaruhusu mchezo kama huu. Tutafanya kazi yetu. Yule ambaye tutaita wa kwanza akuje asikuje, tuko na procedures na tutachukua hatua.
In the news today.
Pope Leo urges communicators to ensure every technological tool is placed at the service of truth. Nairobi senator says he wouldn't turn down a presidential bid if Kenya decides. And Iran launches multiple ballistic missiles on American forces in the Middle East. Hello to you and welcome to the broadcast. I am Starkis Harun. Members of the Franciscan family in the country are set to hold a 3-day symposium from next month as part of activities marking the 800th anniversary of the death of St. Francis of Assisi. Organizers, among them Auxiliary Bishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Nairobi, Bishop Obed Karobia, says the gathering will discuss the relevance of the Franciscan charism in addressing today's social, environmental, and spiritual challenges. The event, set to begin on 26th of next month, will bring together Franciscans, non-Franciscan scholars, and representatives of various institutions to reflect on different dimensions of Franciscan spirituality and its relevance in the modern world.
Waumini News.
Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna says he wouldn't turn down a presidential bid in the 2027 general elections if Kenyan voters decides. The vocal lawmaker, who was speaking in an interview with a local TV station, says the decision to run for presidency doesn't rest with him, but with the Linda Mwananchi movement and the general public.
I think the straight answer is that as Linda Mwananchi, we are very, very strongly considering the prospect of running a presidential candidate. And that is something that I think is clear. It's coming from the people themselves. They are asking us because there's things that they see that we represent, and we've gotten ourselves here by largely listening to the people. There's a lot of work to be done. It's not easy to run a presidential campaign. We are begging and pleading with the public for some level of patience for us to be able to actually ascertain that the support is solid. Somebody compared it to Moto ya Gazeti. We are now in August, 6 months for a fire burning. So it's not too bad of a fire. If I was going to run for president, do you really think I would announce it at night? That is something that you do in broad daylight. So just be patient. I think you understand that we have to gauge the public sentiment even further.
Asked on whether he may consider working with DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua, Sifuna says he is ready to work with anyone with the interest of removing President William Ruto from office.
We will work with everyone who believes in these things. We will work with everyone who believes that William Ruto does not deserve an extra day in office. And for as long as that is our cause, we will work together. There is no problem.
Wow Mini News.
Nairobi County Assembly has approved 49 billion Kenya shillings budget for the 2026-2027 financial year. The budget deemed consolidating the gain, securing the future, rises from 44.6 billion Kenya shillings in the previous financial year, reflecting an increase of 4.67 billion Kenya shillings. The fourth budget under Governor Sakaja's administration aims to consolidate achievements made over the last 3 years while financing critical infrastructure, healthcare, education, environmental management and revenue reforms. Finance and Economic Planning Ibrahim Auma says the spending plan was informed by public participation and that it prioritizes different infrastructures.
I have therefore allocated 2.4 billion to facilitate implementation of development projects within the sector. I have allocated 793 million towards bursaries for deserving students.
So we have also allocated funds on street lightings. We are also pushing for solar street lightings so that we curb the menace of vandalism of cables.
Wow Mini News.
And over to the Vatican, the Holy Father Pope Leo XIV is encouraging communicators to ensure that every technological tool is placed at the service of truth and that of common good, as the Church reflects on the opportunities and challenges presented by artificial intelligence. His message, signed by Cardinal Secretary of State Pietro Parolin, was sent to participants in the 7th International Seminar on Church Communication taking place at the Pontifical Catholic University of Chile in Santiago. The seminar, entitled The Challenges of Artificial Intelligence, has brought together communicators, pastoral workers, academics, and church representatives from across Latin America and the Caribbean to reflect on the ethical, cultural, and religious implications of artificial intelligence in light of Pope Leo's first encyclical, Magnificat Humanitas.
Wow Mini News.
Iran has launched multiple ballistic missiles in an attempted surprise attack on American forces in the Middle East. U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, says the attack occurred on Tuesday with all missiles successfully intercepted. Iran said it had targeted a U.S. base in Jordan. Meanwhile, the U.S. military and Saudi Arabian forces struck Iran-aligned terrorists in Iraq in retaliation for Iran-directed drone attacks. Tehran has not yet commented. The reported crossfire would end a brief break in hostilities between the US and Iran, which was designed to bring negotiators back to the table. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps also said that it had hit 3 oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. The latest strikes coincided with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Washington, where he met Donald Trump at White House and attended the funeral of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, a prominent Iran hawk.
Wow Mini News.
And into sports, former Harambee Starlets captain Doreen Nabwire has defended the Starlets as they reflect on their 4-0 defeat to Morocco in the opening match of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations underway in Morocco. Nabwire says Kenyans should be patient with the team. According to the former captain, the Starlets can still recover and achieve positive results in the remaining Group A fixtures against Senegal tomorrow before facing Tunisia. That's the latest at 10 minutes into 9 o'clock. Morning is at 10. My name is Tarkas Harun.
Radio Waumini updates you fast.
This is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. 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 is Radio Waumini 88.3 FM. This 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 is Radio Waumini 88.3.
This is Radio Waumini. This is Radio Waumini.
This is Waumini Soul Food.
When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you are discouraged thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. When you look at others with their lands and gold, think that Christ has promised you his wealth untold. Count your many blessings money cannot buy. Your reward in heaven or your Lord on high. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, angels will attend. Help and comfort give you to your journey's end. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done.
On Radio Wow Mini 88.3 FM, the Catholic radio station for all. My dear listener, thank you so much for staying tuned to Radio Mini 88.3 FM, the Catholic radio station for all. Welcome to the final hour of the day with Joyce. We continue with the conversation 22 minutes past 9 o'clock. How are you doing, my dear listener? Talk to us this morning because we are having a very, 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 very interesting conversation here. When the past refuses to stay in the past, okay? Have you ever been there? Anyway, let me go through these two messages. Good morning, Bram. Happy Wednesday. I'm listening. Thanking God for everyone this last Wednesday of July. Oh, by the way, it is last Wednesday of July. Hata nilikuwa nimesahau. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosella. I need friends like you. Anasema say hi to Evelyn Aluoch, okay, and her sister Mercy Aluoch. Good day, thank you. Asante sana. Monica Kariuki all the way from Udhiru. Anasema Bram, I'm tuned in. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the meaning 88.3 FM, and we are here with Joyce. We continue with the conversation to talk about the past, my dear listener. We are focusing on the past. When the past refuses to stay in the past, what happens? All right, and Joyce, karibu sana, and thank you so much for holding on as well, okay, because we're going to be having a very this conversation is turning out to be very interesting because of some of the things that we take for granted. But before we went for a short break for news, you had just responded to the question on how the yesterday is quietly influencing today, and I told you that I requested when we come back we will be focusing on why do we sometimes react more strongly than the situation seems to deserve, because sometimes life can throw you off balance. Unajipata you are overreacting na mtu anakuuliza kwani Bram hii tu ndio kitu imefanya hii hasira yote.
I think that question, many of us can relate to it.
Yes.
Because it's something that happens many times on different occasions.
Yeah.
And that's where we now start talking about triggers.
Good.
And these emotional triggers happen at any one time. And it can be anything.
Yeah.
A trigger is not something that you can say you'll be ready for it. Because it could be what someone said. It could be just a word.
Yeah.
It could be even a facial expression.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when someone is talking to you and they're smiling and they're saying the same thing, you don't feel maybe the impact. But now, when someone talks to you and they start frowning or they start pointing at you, and it takes you back and it becomes a trigger, and you wonder why. It's the same message, but now how they've talked to you becomes a big thing.
Yeah.
Even the tone. For some, they don't like being shouted at. Those high pitch voices.
Yeah.
It actually, even if you're saying something important, even if you're not shouting at them but you're shouting, you lose them.
Yeah.
So that can be a trigger. It could also be a place. These triggers could also be where you are. Sometimes we go to places and that environment reminds us of something.
Yeah.
It could also be even a smell.
That is true, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scent, it could be a good scent or even a bad scent.
A bad scent,
It could be
sure.
a perfume.
Yeah.
It could even be something that is not pleasantly smelling, but it becomes a trigger.
A trigger, yeah.
And these things are able to awaken those past experiences. Yes. And they're connected. So the reason why we react like that, it's something I've been told today, but it's a trigger. And as we always say, trigger is not the problem, because triggers can always happen. I think the most important thing is the thing that has happened that has caused the trigger. You remember when I was telling you about the wound?
Yeah.
It's about that wound. We need to address the wound, not the touch.
Okay.
Because the touch will always be, those are the triggers. You can pass through something, you can smell something, you can hear something, someone can say something. Sometimes we even go for burials, they remind us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we visit our grandparents' homes, they remind us of something. Sometimes we even go to some of the schools where we schooled.
Yeah.
And we remember that math teacher telling you, na sahi tunawambia hapa ni wapi. You know? So yes, they bring all those environments and places and words.
Yeah.
Actually, the triggers can happen. Someone does not just come and say, Leo, naamka, today is my day for dealing with my childhood. No. So triggers can happen. And since we know they are beyond us, because we don't know when they'll occur and how they will occur, it's important then we address the wound itself.
Good.
So that even when those bruises happen, at least there's no hurt. Yes.
And I like the way you are responding to it, Joyce, because some of us are good at covering these particular wounds, okay? Masking them, and then they now show up in our relationships.
Yes.
Make me understand, how can these invisible scars affect our relationships, our mental and physical health, and our everyday lives?
Yes. They affect us in a big way. Because these invisible scars, they affect who we are, our emotional well-being. And for some people, they become anxious because their minds maybe is scanning for challenges, and because maybe they feel helpless, or for some, they tend to overthink certain decisions, and that affects their well-being, especially mentally.
Yeah.
And for some, they even know how to mask it. They'll be like, I'm fine. I'm not going through anything, and I don't feel the pain. But in truth, they're going through so much. And that's why many people struggle with certain emotions.
Yeah.
You find that someone is angry. And we call them, anakuanga amekasirika kila time. It's not because they want to, but because what they're going through, the internal voices and what they're telling themselves is built around anger.
Yeah.
And they're not happy. You know, for example, we walk around here, we see people hooting, someone just almost knocking you down. Like, for example, I like when it comes to when you're crossing the road and there's traffic. It's easy for someone, maybe with a big German car, to give you way.
As opposed
to my boda friends, or even a Pro Box guy. I don't know. They're normally, I don't know what is normally pressing them. But sometimes I feel that it's what they're going through. I'm imagining this person maybe needs to take you somewhere.
Yeah.
And they feel like, I need to drop you so that I get another person. Or it's a matatu. They want to drop you here so that they pick another person. So there's always something that is pushing them in a certain way. And why are these things happening like that? It's because our mental health, to begin with, is not okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe growing up, we felt like I need to accomplish certain tasks. I need to do them in a certain way. I want to be accepted in a certain way. I want people to view me in a certain way.
Yeah.
And when these things are not happening the way we expect them to happen, they affect our mental health and especially our general emotional well-being.
Yeah.
When we are in fear, we are afraid that something will happen. It won't happen. For example, we are seated here with you, and I'm triggered.
Yeah.
When I'm triggered and fear comes in, checks in, our conversation will take a different turn.
Sure.
Because I'm not thinking in my normal self.
Yeah.
There are other things that are affecting me. And now it becomes even difficult now to regulate my emotions back so that I'm able to be calm, compose myself, construct my sentences correctly. And that's why you hear, even for some people, maybe growing up in school, they were told to answer a question. They were put on a spotlight.
Yeah.
And because of just maybe their personality or the person they are, they were not able maybe to answer the answer correctly. Or even they gave the answer, but it's not what they expected the answer would be. And now, when they are told to stand in front of the Jumuiya and share even the reading of the day,
Nishida.
It becomes a problem.
Yeah,
and
they are paralyzed.
Yes, and we've seen many leaders. They're very good leaders, but when it's time for them to say something, everything evaporates.
Yeah.
Not because they don't know. They have the content. Yeah, given a different scenario, maybe not standing in front of people, because maybe standing in front reminded them of them as a schoolboy or a schoolgirl in front of the parade or in front of the classroom, and they panicked. So they are not able to do that. But given a different setting, they would do it. And they would articulate themselves and say what needs to be said in a way that everyone would be like, wow. You know?
Yeah.
So different emotional and mental state affects actually it plays a part in the triggers. And we are saying for mental conditions especially, we can't isolate and say it's only the scars that happen to us that are a reason, because we know, of course, when it comes to mental health, other things also come into play. It's the genetics, it's the social, it's many other things.
Yeah.
So we can't really isolate. But yes, we want to say, yes, our past, because it's part of our formation, our environment, can actually play a big part in who we are and the scars that we carry. Yes.
And they eventually show up in our relationships as well.
And
you know, talking about that, Joyce, you know, as you are explaining, just the other day, over the weekend actually, I met one of my good friends. Ako hapa Nairobi lakini hatujaonana for some time.
Yes.
Okay? Unajua Nairobi ni kubwa na ni ndogo.
Yes.
For months, actually, na tuko hapa Nairobi.
Na mnasema mtapatana.
Na tunasema tunapatana.
Yes.
So, the guy told me, Bramwell, bwana, ni usiku, but I must pass by.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
So, when he came, we just started talking, bwana. What is this, bwana? What are you chasing? In Nairobi itakumaliza.
Yes.
So, just laughing like that, kazi hapa na pale. He was just sharing with me sometimes, anafika kwa nyumba hata 2 a.m. Okay? Atoka kazi, 2 a.m. So I told him, there must be a drive behind this, okay? Because you are all constantly on the move. And my good friend shared with me a statement that he was told, okay, some time back, all right, with one of his own about his background.
Yes.
Okay, he happens to have come from a humble background. Okay, So the spouse mentioned that, at some point hakuwa anaweza provide for the family here and there. So during that time, the spouse made that particular comment. Okay, akamwambia, I'm struggling to provide for the family.
Yes.
All right, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Sometimes I feel the sins of the father are showing up in the son. That statement, aliniambia, Brahma, I've never shared with anyone, I'm telling you, it hit me. Na nikajiambia, I am the last person in my generation to have been told that statement. Not my children. I have to work so that whenever my children go, was YSK statement again.
Whoa. It's quite a vulnerable time,
Yeah.
and for him to even make such decisions, yes, the truth is that these invisible scars actually influence our daily lives.
Exactly.
On a day-to-day basis. They even affect now, for example, he's made a decision, he'll work hard. It ends
Evil.
with him.
Yes.
Yeah? So, of course, now it will affect how work performance, even making those difficult decisions, or even now pushing himself to capabilities that maybe he didn't think even he possesses.
Exactly.
And yes, this also affects us in different ways, because when we look at what people tell us, I'm imagining for him to say it ends with him. That must be something that has always been on the background, and not wanting it to repeat itself. And I'm glad if he's able to do it without a strain, without causing his mental health or even physical, or affecting him in ways that he can't cope. It's okay. But at the same time, yes, as we are saying here today, these things affect even our marriages, our friendships, how we go through even communication. I don't know even now how the communication is especially with the spouse.
Exactly.
But it also shapes our parenting. Look at it now. Him as a parent now, he's taken a different vector. He wants his children to have a different life, and my hope is that he won't break his back. I'm still very concerned there.
That is prayer as well.
But yes, some of these things that we've gone through, they influence how we even make decisions. Clearly, you can see his decision to change the situation of the family is very clear. And sometimes these things also can make us put ourselves into situations that can be very tough. Or even avoid certain opportunities for fear of failure.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you might want to provide more for the family. It's not because you're not capable, but because there are other constraints that are there. It could be even lack of that opportunity, or it does not present itself. Maybe if he's a business person, he can say there are things that he can do to improve the business. But sometimes when you're at a workplace, you can only do the job and hope for a pay rise. Unless now you have like side hustles, which means now you have to apply yourself even more. And when you do that, sometimes when you apply yourself more into other things, maybe other places suffer.
That is true.
Because I'm imagining maybe the children, maybe the time he would have spent with the children will no longer be there.
Exactly.
The time he would have spent with the wife, or even doing other personal things that maybe bring him joy, will not be there, because he will now be busy building his empire, trying to be the man and to provide, to prove to the wife and to prove to the world. So sometimes it's a delicate balance. So it's important that in all this, let's do what we can, really, like what we are capable of. Yes. And not push ourselves to limits that sometimes, yes, we have the money, but now the money we are using it to treat illnesses. We have high blood pressures. We have mental illness. You're taking money to therapy. other areas that are not even there, or even now trying to get children. Now you, instead of your presence, now you want to compensate with presence.
That is true.
Yes.
That is a very good advice, and I agree with you. Because sometimes we think that we are chasing the right thing. Little do we know that we are losing the most important things.
Yes.
Things that matter.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, this is a statement I made the other day. You know, sometimes we behave on this earth as if we were just created, dumped here to make money and then die. That is sometimes...
Money is good. Wanasema ni sabuni ya roho, but at the same time we know it's the root of,
exactly.
of all evils.
We have more important things that matter.
Yes.
Anyway, Joyce, and as far as this conversation is concerned, if healing is possible, then where do we begin? And when should someone seek professional help?
Yes, I think this is very important because healing is very possible. It may not happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's not take this pill and the headache is gone. Because it's not easy to erase these painful memories. But healing can really transform these memories that affect us. We can move from just surviving to now truly living meaningfully. Yeah. And the other thing is that healing is not a destination that we reach. In just maybe a single day. We want to say it's a journey. And just like any other journey, when we are preparing for a journey, we pack our things, we prepare for long hours travel, you know, we go sing the scenery until we get to the destination. So it calls for a lot of courage. Those are things that we need to pack. It calls for patience, patience with ourselves, patience with the process. It also calls for grace, extending a lot of grace to ourselves and to others. And it also calls for seeking support, working with other people. And I think the number one thing is to acknowledge that, yes, I'm going through something. That honesty to yourself, that yes, I'm going through something and I need to heal. It's the first step to healing. Because you can't heal. If you feel you're okay, then there's no need for healing.
Exactly.
But if you feel that this wound needs dressing, at least you'll go for dressing. You'll find an elastoplast. You'll find, you know, ways of helping yourself, at least to heal. So it's the first thing is to acknowledge that there is a wound. And others may not see it, others may not acknowledge it, but the most important thing is how can you move on from here? And acknowledging the wound, it's not the same as saying as I'm living in the past, or even blaming others, blaming your parents, blaming your siblings or your schoolmates or your teacher. It's just being truthful about these experiences and acknowledging that they affect you, that they bring triggers, and they make you act different from who you really want to be. So that's the first part, acknowledging the wound. And the other part now is accepting that it's a journey. And in this journey, since we've said it's not instant, it's important that we agree that it will take time. There'll be progress. And yes, sometimes the progress is not maybe what we expect. There could be setbacks. There could be moments of hope. There could be moments of despair. But at the same time, or even discouragement. But at the same time, it's important we trust the process. Because at the end of the day, we are humans. And we always seek to heal ourselves. Because we can't remain in pain. Be patient with ourselves, just like God is patient with us. We go through so many things, expecting instant, especially in this instant generation where we want things just chop. I want to be healed, I want to move on, I need to do what. But that's where we start doing things in the wrong way. Instead of healing, we start blocking. That we even block people. Just because we say, yes, it's good to cut off people once in a while in the process of healing, but also it's better when you start the healing journey. Also, bring your wounds to God, pray about it, allow yourself to be vulnerable, don't walk alone. And I think that's the most important part, that we need that family member. We need that faithful friend. I'm liking that your friend came to you to be vulnerable to you, to disclose what they were going through. And I'm imagining if you ask him, maybe after talking to you, they felt so relieved. Having shared that. It's a vulnerable moment, but it's also a healing moment. Having that parish or Jumuiya member that you can speak to, a mentor even, or even a support group. It really helps. Being in that CWA, in CMA, being in Marriage Encounter, talking with other couples about the different challenges that you've gone through. That's what we need. We cannot walk alone. We all need safe people who will listen to us without judging. And we need to walk beside those people with a lot of compassion. Because we need that. But in all that, in as much as we say we need all those people, we also need the professionals. I think even our listener earlier in the message, they said, yes, we need to talk to a professional because it helps when you speak to someone who knows how to support you. Rather than, the way you said, sometimes you go through something and the people mean well, but they cause more hurt.
Exactly.
In the process of thinking they're helping, they're telling you, be strong. That's something small. They minimize the magnitude of what you're going through. Yet for you, it's the biggest mountain. And for someone else, they're thinking, So, and maybe also one of the things that we should do is forgiveness. And forgiveness is not easy. It's the most challenging part of healing. And it's not about pretending that it didn't happen. Because for sure these things have happened. And it's not about saying that the behavior or whatever happened is now acceptable. It's about restoring, especially relationships. We are social beings. We need one another. We are interconnected. It's important that we find forgiveness. And when we forgive, or when we choose to forgive, of course, with God gives us the grace to do that, it takes away the bitterness. It helps us even to control what we need to do, even moving forward. And we're encouraged to forgive, not because the other person really needs that forgiveness, but we forgive for ourselves. So that we are able to even move forward without any guilt, because guilt eats us. We are like, if only, especially when things happen and you've not forgiven someone, you live with that guilt. What if I was able to do this? So many times when we forgive, there's reconciliation. It helps us even to go back to talk to the parents that hurt us. It helps us to go back to friendships that mean something to us. And sometimes also forgiveness happens, and it helps us to even have healthy boundaries. Knowing that I've forgiven that person, but I want them at arm's length. I don't want them close to me, but I've forgiven them, and that is okay. So, and both of them are good. We need to do that. In that process. But in that process also of healing, one of the most important thing that we need to do is to care for ourselves. And healing, in caring for ourselves, we need to have practical ways of doing things. Allowing ourselves to even eat healthy, nourish our bodies, get enough rest, being physically active, making time for reflection, making even time to spend with people who we have healthy relationships with. Yeah, because sometimes those are the things that keep us going. Going to see your mother, visiting a friend, going to church, going for adoration, that prayer time, not missing mass, things that bring joy and restore our peace. I think those are things that we really need to take care of for the wholesome person.
And I like, because I was almost asking, how does taking care of yourself look like? Now you've painted a picture on what we need to do. Concentrate more on the things that make us better. Okay, and that is how we'll avoid sinking into the worst versions of ourselves. Because whatever you're talking about here, Joyce, is either make or break situation. We have people who have been broken as a result of what has been said unto them. All right, the opportunities they have missed because of the baggage they are carrying. And just at the looking at the first point, Joyce, that you've highlighted, acknowledging, okay, that there is a wound, that whatever happened. You see, most people, and the reason as to why we get stuck into the mourning period is because we stay too long denying the fact. Kuna watu, just to move from denial to accept that it happened, it is actually a big problem. So they keep on one step forward, 2 steps backwards.
Yes.
Wallowing in the same wound that makes the healing process very difficult.
Yes.
Is there a way that those kind of people can actually navigate? Because, healing, one thing I discovered with the healing, Joyce, is that it does something to you. Healing denies you an opportunity to have someone to blame. That is why healing is very painful.
Healing is not easy.
Yeah.
It's the same way as nursing a wound.
Yes.
It's not easy. You have to go sometimes. I saw the other day my son got an accident and he had a wound. And whenever we took him for dressing, there's a point where you need to scrape off some of the unwanted tissues.
Yes.
So it's a healing process. It will happen eventually, but it's a process where you feel like you've healed, but sometimes they need to remove some of the things so that you're able to heal better. Yes. And that's why we're saying it's not easy when you need to face, especially that scar.
Yeah.
And you look at it, it's a father wound, it's something that you went through, maybe not by choice. Because we've seen people who are carrying wounds that happened to them when they were very vulnerable.
Yeah.
They didn't know any better. They were children. They were abused, either physically or whichever way, and it has left an imprint. Some of the things, it's what was not even done for them. And that healing process takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And we need the energy to be able to heal. And where does that energy come from? It has to come from within.
Yeah.
Because we are the ones who are seeking that healing. We're not doing it for someone else. We're doing it for ourselves. So we need to have the inner strength. And that's why we need to acknowledge that, first of all, we are wounded. And when we are wounded, we need to go through the process.
Yeah.
And for many, this journey is not easy, and that's why people opt for easier shortcuts.
Shortcuts, yeah.
Or even things, and they make it even tougher for healing because we stick to things that are beyond our control. And when you start thinking someone should have the blame now, where you want to blame someone else or you want to remove yourself from it, there'll be no healing because you are the person who needs healing. Blaming another person or saying another person could help you heal is really not helpful.
Yeah.
Because we need to do things that are really in our control. What is in our control is our thoughts, our behaviors, our thinking and how we're able to process. Anything else out of that, that the past, what someone said, what they didn't do, what they did, is completely out of our control, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
And that's not part of the healing journey. We need to really separate.
Good.
Yeah.
Let me have a look at the messages here really quick as we are winding up. Joyce, thank you kwa mafunzo hapa kazini. Colleague alinikosea leo, nimemsamehe cause tunafanya pamoja. Lord have mercy on us all. Helen, thank you. The spirit of forgiveness. Asante sana. This one is Philip, says, a very good morning to you, Bram and Joyce. Thank you for the beautiful lesson there. I remember I had a very bitter confrontation with my parents. I took my wife home, and the way she was received, it was very, very wrong, and I decided to cut them off.